Techno world is changing, and if you are looking to find out what to learn in 2019 and what skills to acquire, this is the video you need to watch. Hi guys, before we move on, subscribe to our channel and click on bell icon to get notified for all our new videos. Stay connected to our new channel, What is on Internet. Hi guys, my name is Mohammad Iqbal and you are watching Hit Refresh on my channel What is on Internet. I'm an experienced network and system engineer with over 12 years of experience. 6 years ago, I was the general manager in ARY Digital Network, and that is when I decided to let go that title position and I moved to an engineering role. So rest assured, I know the importance of staying current with the technology world. And not just that, I know the importance of unlearning what you have learned and then learning a completely new thing and then molding yourself with the current technology world. So that is what we are going to be learning in this video. So if I take a little recap on what has been going on in last 12 years since I'm working. So when I started, it was the days when the concept of data centers and the disaster recovery sites was still new, and then came the time when virtualization hit the market and data centers have started becoming virtualized, and then the storage networks have got evolved from file storage to block storage, and now it is even evolved to object storage. Virtualization have gone a step deeper, and now we are talking about containers. So all of this is evolving. When I started, there was a time when people were crazy about learning specific vendors and the way to configure all those devices, but and people were doing certifications from different vendors like Cisco, Juniper, and now the things have changed, because whatever can be configured with a template, whatever can be configured with a fixed configuration template does not require a human to configure all those things, because there are automated tools where you can put the template in and that tool can configure 100 devices at the same time, so which is more efficient than a human engineer. So that is where the world is changing, and those skills are getting out of the buzz. So they are no more the talk of the town. So what exactly is needed? This is what I'm going to discuss in this video. On the security side, when I started working, the only thing that people used to take pride of is configuring firewalls. They used to put firewalls at the gateway, and they used to protect their networks. But then they found out that network protection is not everything, because intruders are coming in using malwares and antiviruses. So antiviruses were there, and then even those antiviruses were not good enough to stop the people who are exploiting different vulnerabilities in operating systems, in file systems, in different protocols. So intrusion prevention systems came up that start learning the threats using the traffic patterns and using the characteristic of the traffic. So intrusion prevention system was new, and then that got evolved over the years with SIEM solution. Now SIEM solution can do wonders. Means we are able to generate alerts based on unusual utilization of traffic from a certain host. We can generate alerts when a remote is when a host is having more remote connections than usual, when a host is having more remote connections from an unusual geolocation than usual, when a disk is getting abnormally there is a lot of data getting written on the disk, and when the disk is getting erased, all these things can generate alerts, and those alerts get escalated to the IT, and networks team, and they take appropriate actions. Authentication is also changed. When I joined, there used to be local users, so we used to configure local users, and that's about it. But then on the devices, they got linked to radius servers, tech access servers, and even that is now getting old, because now we are talking about dual factor authentication, where we have tokens, where we have one-time passwords. So things have evolved, and not just one-time password, now the biometric identity have started playing a part, and that has become one of the factor in the dual factor authentication. So things are getting more secure from the security side. With all this innovation in the market, and the skills is really needed, so all of it, with all of this happening, all you need to do is you need to stand out of the crowd. You don't have to start learning all these specific things. Instead, you need to look what is coming. So I told a friend of mine that there is a new thing under test in Dubai, where they have created a driverless car, and that car is going to be tested on actual roads with actual cars, and that taxi is going to drop users from one place to another in rush hours. So that friend got scared. He asked that if everything will be done by the machines, then what will be the role of humans? So I told that friend that it has always been the case. It has always been the case of survival of the fittest. So whoever will be gear up to design, to configure, to control those machines, who will be designing the algorithms to control those machines, who will be designing the processes to control those machines, are going to stay. So those are, and not just stay, those engineers will be paid quite highly. So this is what I want you guys to start learning in 2019. To be specific on what to learn, I have four pointers. So I'll talk about each of them in a brief look. So number one is start learning programming languages. And what programming languages? So every programming language have its own flavor, have its own importance. I'm not saying not to learn one over other, but I'm saying try to understand what programming language suits what kind of development. So C is always good to learn, because it is a lower level language that can talk to kernel, and it is really useful in machine to machine communication, and in designing the applications that are talking to machines. So AI developers, the gaming engine developers, they are still using C quite widely. So you need to start learning C and taking it very serious. It will continue to stay in next 10 years as well. Second thing is, when you talk about portals, the online portals, the digital portals, so again, the backend is still by and large taken away by PHP MySQL, because that is so widely deployed, and the skill set for doing PHP MySQL is so easily available. It is still the buzz of the town, and it is still getting utilized in most of the backend development. So it will stay. It will stay because there are so many people who can do this. And then the other thing that is getting evolved, and that is the skill that is needed right now, is Python skills. So you need to start learning Python, because the other kind of backend development, which is interaction of backend system with AI tools, with actual hardware, with different machine features, Python is the one that is doing it. So you need to start learning Python. And for the front end, still Java and HTML are the tools that you need to learn. Those two languages are still going to stay. So these are some languages that you need to start learning and getting yourself polished for the coming 10 years. And then what you need to learn other than this is, as I talked about, virtualization, getting more virtualized, and that is basically the Docker containers. So now you don't have to deploy a complete operating system. You only need to install the packages that are needed for a particular application, and that becomes a container, and that container is deployed on machines so that those machines start performing. So you need to start learning the art of creating containers, and those containers you have to break them. You have to start learning how to reduce the size of those containers so that they can fit in small machines. All of it is going to be current and is going to be the talk of the town in next 5-10 years, and that is what you really need to learn, instead of learning the VMware and all those stuff. Right now it is getting almost obsolete. Not obsolete, but it is getting a little less attraction than Dockers. The third thing is learning the tools that can manage a large amount of data, because with artificial intelligence, the thing is you need something to take care of a lot of data, a lot of feedback data, and analyze that data to take decisions in the processes. So that is not possible with file storage or block storage. Now it's all about object storage, and fast processing is needed. So those tools are already in market. So either you become an expert in Splunk or Elk Stack. So both of them are pretty much the talk of the town, and they will be there for next 5-10 years for all the artificial intelligence related tasks, and all that will come into play. So start learning these two tools at least, or at least the Elk Stack, if you want to stay current with everything. The fourth thing is, when I talk about automation, you don't have to learn the programming languages to create tools for automation yourself, because there are already tools available to do all these tasks. So all you need to do is start mastering all these tools, such as Ansible, such as Chef, such as Puppet or Salt Stack. So try getting along with all these and finding out what they want, what they do, and how they manage the configuration templates, how they get how they can be integrated with the GitHub. So when you are programming, you must start using GitHubs, and not just GitHub, but you have to start learning how to make the complete pipeline of continuous delivery and development and continuous innovation. So you need to start working with GitHubs, with these automation tools to push the changes automatically to production, to test environment, and that is how world is evolving. So this is where you need to start learning things. In coming next, coming back to all these 4 things that I've told, these are the main skills that you need to learn in coming 2019 if you really want to survive. And that's it. So for more videos, subscribe to my YouTube channel, What is on Internet. Don't get scared with some Pakistani politics stuff, because that is another side of me which is also on this channel. You can also join the Facebook group, hit refresh, the technology workplace, where I will post all the technology related videos that I will create here. And you are also welcome to post questions in that group, and you can also answer the questions from other group members. So all of it is going to be happening on the Facebook page. So stay connected, and thanks for watching this video.